Hello and welcome to this tutorial series again. So till now we have learned to create a clean plate on a static and simple handheld camera motion and also degraining and regraining too. From this video we are going to start topic on how to create a clean plate using a camera projection in Nuke. I will explain this projection setup nodes in a way so that all the basics will be cleared. So hello dosto, my name is Harsh and without wasting time let's get started. So here I am in my comp and as you can see I have a simple setup here to remove the window. So what I did was I tracked the scene with camera tracker and then exported the camera from there and use it in our projection setup over here. I created a frame hold and created a clean plate over here and then projected the clean plate that I created over here for the window and finally merged with the input plate. I will try to make this tutorial as much as informative and as short as possible. So let's copy this input over here and also this viewer. Select this plate and press 1 to view. So first, as this is the input plate, so we are going to use denoise to remove the grains in it. And before that, let's set our project setting before we begin. So hit S on your keyboard and change the resolution and frame range of this footage. The footage is of 1920 by 1080. Make sure to set your project setting before you start the work. For denoise, we can use a denoise, hit tab and type denoise. Also, you can purchase this reduce noise plugin. It's having a much more better result compared with the denoise. For now, let's take denoise and put this bounding box over here. So our footage is now denoised. From here it's better to render out if the comp is going to be heavy. For now I'm going to use the denoise node as an input for all work. Now let's create a frame hold for our clean plate and connect it to the denoise node and make your nodes get clean from starting. So let's add dots over here like this. Now our footage is of 200 frame and we are getting the source in all the frames, so it's better to create a plate in between the sequence. If I create a plate on the first frame, then maybe I need to tweak the plate transform values in the end, and same if I created a plate in the end too. By creating plate in the mid, it's more likely to match the patch in the entire sequence. Now in the frame hold, we can put the frame 100 or just enter T and hit enter. It will automatically put the current frame. Now let's take a node, hit tab and type transform mask. It is same as the transform node but with the mask option inbuilt in it. Now if you notice, the wall texture is even on both the sides. So with the transform mask, we will patch shift this area. So let's create a mask over here. Let's add a mask node and attach it to the transform mask input. Make sure to turn on the overlay to draw any roto shape. Right click and click on this overlay to enable it. Now let's draw a shape over this window. Also notice this shadow over here. So let's take that part into our roto. Now select the roto and hit Z to smooth and E to feather it out. Also I will use the blur node after this roto. Hit B to call the blur node and give it a value of 3. Now I can shift the patch with the transform value. Let's go to the transform property and change this X direction value. And now as you can see, our clean plate is ready. Note that if you get any texture repetition, then you can create another transform for that particular area. Okay, if I disable this, we can see our patch is looking great. Now for the clean plate alpha, we can use this roto that we created in transform and paste it over here. And for this time, we will go in the roto properties and change the pre-multiply mode to RGB or RGBA. Our patch is ready, but the alpha is getting from the transform roto, not from this roto. So for that, click on this replace in this roto and make the roto a little bigger so it will blend properly now. Now our clean plate is ready for projection. Last year I created a tutorial on 3D cam projection from still image to create a depth in it. Check that out too. Now we have to track this scene to attach our clean plate to the 3D camera. Let's take a camera tracker node and attach it to the plate. In the properties, we have some settings over here. I will not go deep in this node, but I will explain the steps to track the scene perfectly. Here we got a mask option. It's used to remove objects which are not static in scene. By excluding the objects, they will not disturb in our tracking process. Here we can mask our trees as leaves are moving. In this camera option, we got settings for different scenario. If camera is panning on the same position, then it's good to use the rotation only. But for most cases, we leave it to free camera. For lens distortion, we will set it to unknown lens, and rest we can leave all the settings here. Jump to the setting tab over here. Here we got number of features. It is basically how many track points should be there. The more the points, the better the tracking. To see feature points, click on this preview feature over here. And if you can't see the features, then again make sure the overlay is set to on. Set the feature number to 400 for now. Now you can see it's taking points on the tree also. So let's make a mask on the tree and ignore this area in tracking. Take a roto node, hit O on your keyboard and create a rough mask around it. Go to the first frame and adjust this roto, and same in the end. Now connect this cam tracker mask input with roto. Still we are getting the feature points on the tree. For that we have to define how the mask will work. Go into the camera tracker property and change the mask option from none to mask alpha. Now click on this track option. Track defines a set of 2D feature tracks in our scene. It will track the entire sequence. And guys, do suggest me any topic that you need to get tutorials on. And I will be sharing links to this footage so you can work on this footage. And make sure to share your works in the comment below. Our tracking is now finished. After this, we need to solve our scene. Solve basically converts the 2D tracking feature points in 3D points. And the feature points that are unable to solve will be visible as red or orange color. So now our camera tracking is almost finished. We had this orange and red features. So to delete those, we have two options. We can manually select those and delete, or go to this auto track, and from here we can delete all the unsolved and rejected ones. Also, I'm going to delete some points in the sky that are not visible in all frames. So this is almost complete. Now how will you define the camera is good or not? There comes the error value. Error value should be less than 1 for better tracking information. This video is getting lengthy, so I'm going to break this here. I will cover the rest of the topic in the next video. So always check the description for important links and comment down below your thoughts. See you next Sunday.